Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're taking a closer look at a really short but potent quote.
Okay.
It's often attributed to, well, the one and only Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
A friend tells you what you want to hear. A best friend tells you the truth.
It's quite something, isn't it? Simple words, but so much packed in there.
Exactly. And our source for this deep dive is this compelling excerpt that really peels back the layers of wisdom hidden in just that single statement. It feels like more than just a famous line.
Absolutely. And our mission for you today really is to extract the sharpest insights from this quote. We'll explore, why it's resonated for so long, why it feels like this timeless piece of wisdom, and what it tells us about authentic connection, and maybe the most surprising part, what it might reveal about Marilyn Monroe herself, beyond the glamour and the legend.
Okay, so let's start there. Let's really sit with that distinction she makes. A friend tells you what you want to hear.
A best friend tells you the truth.
Yeah. It sounds straightforward, but wow, there's a world of difference in that, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what the quote brilliantly captures is that profound difference between just pleasant acquaintance, maybe surface level companionship, and the genuinely impactful, deep relationship.
It's more than just casual observation then.
I think so. It's almost a philosophical stance, A casual friend might offer comfort, affirmation, maybe even flattery, just to keep things smooth, maintain harmony.
Not the peas.
Yeah, exactly. But a best friend, according to this idea, offers something much more valuable, even if it's harder to hear sometimes. Unvarnished truth. And that kind of honesty, even when it feels challenging or uncomfortable, it's presented here as a testament to a deeper loyalty, a deeper love, actually.
Yeah, so truth is loyalty.
Yes. It implies that true care means valuing someone's growth, their real well-being, over just their momentary comfort.
That's a really challenging idea, though. Because if a best friend's role is to deliver truth, and that truth isn't always, easy, how do we make sure it doesn't just land like criticism?
That's the tricky part, isn't it? The delivery matters immensely.
But still, why do you think this concept, this quote, why does it resonate so deeply with so many people?
Well, I think it resonates because it taps into something universal, a real yearning for authenticity. We're often surrounded, maybe more than ever, by people who will just echo our sentiments or tell us what we want to hear.
Sure, it's easier.
It is easier, whether it's politeness, convenience, maybe even self-interest. But the ones who truly make an impact on us, the ones we remember, are often those brave enough to challenge us.
How, though? Gently. Firmly.
It could be any of those, right? Gently, firmly, maybe with fierce courage sometimes. But they're the ones who see our blind spots, maybe, and care enough to actually point them out.
And you mentioned, in an era like now, saturated with highly curated online personas, filters everywhere, everyone's highlight reel.
Yeah.
That raw, unvarnished honesty feels even more vital. It's like a rare, precious commodity.
Exactly. Spot on. Integrity and just, plain truth-telling are indeed rare gifts in human connection today. And the profound wisdom here, I think, is understanding that real emotional safety, it doesn't actually come from a constant stream of just, yeah, you're great, affirmation.
Right. It feels good, but maybe isn't safety.
Maybe not true safety. It comes from knowing that someone genuinely cares enough to risk that discomfort, to say, hey, you're off track here, or you're capable of more than this, or maybe even just, you need to know this hard truth. That space, that's where the real personal growth can happen and where deep connection actually forms, I believe.
Okay, so turning it towards the listener. If you're the kind of person who really values this idea, this best friend tells the truth model, what does that say about you? About the relationships you seek out?
Well, it signals, I think, a profound preference for depth over just superficiality, Individuals who truly embrace this quote are likely actively seeking authenticity in their relationships.
They're not afraid of it.
Or at least they're trying not to be. They're brave enough, perhaps, to invite constructive criticism. They understand that discomfort isn't necessarily a barrier, but often it's a catalyst for real growth.
So it points to a certain emotional maturity. Or at least aiming for it.
Yes, I think so. Or aspiring to it. That level of maturity that recognizes that being challenged isn't always an attack. Sometimes it's actually an investment from the other person.
Yeah, they're not looking for relationships built on, performance or just superficial agreement. They want the truth, genuinely, even if it stings a little sometimes.
It's a very direct approach.
And frankly, kind of courageous, isn't it, to build connections that way?
That's right. And taking that perspective, it really broadcasts a clear commitment. A commitment to honesty, yes, but also to continuous personal development and to emotional resilience.
Building resilience.
Yeah. It's about laying a foundation of genuine trust and, well, reality, rather than just relying on fleeting comfort or, polite fictions. It implies wanting relationships that can withstand raw honesty, maybe even thrive on it.
Okay, so we've explored what this means for us, for our relationships. But now, let's get back to the source. It gets even more fascinating when you consider who is thought to have said this. Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
What does that fact or attribution tell us about the woman behind that legendary, almost overwhelming image?
This is where it gets really intriguing, I think, because this quote, coming from her, suggests a profound depth. A depth that's often completely eclipsed by her, her bombshell persona. Just try to imagine being Marilyn Monroe for a second, where almost every single interaction you have might be filtered through adoration or projection or people wanting something from you.
Yeah, constant noise.
Constant noise. So for her to express such a sentiment about truth in friendship, it really implies that despite being, idolized by millions, she deeply, deeply yearned for something real, for unvarnished authenticity.
And thinking about her life, what we know, she was certainly no stranger to betrayal or to sycophancy, that kind of sickly, sweet flattery from people trying to get something.
Exactly.
And definitely the isolating effects of just overwhelming fame.
Precisely. This quote feels like a poignant little window into her private longing, a longing to be seen and known and truly loved, not for the image, not for Marilyn the star, but for her true self, Norma Jean, perhaps?
So it speaks to that loneliness.
I think it speaks volumes about the profound loneliness that can come with public life, where people are constantly telling you what they think you want to hear.
Instead of what you might need to hear.
Or just what's true. She must have understood the cost, the hollowness of insincerity, perhaps better than most.
It feels almost like a kind of quiet defiance when you put it that way, like an insistence on emotional reality over all the illusion.
Yeah.
Even when her entire world, professionally at least, was built on fantasy and curated perception.
It does feel defiant, doesn't it? Quietly but firmly. And this quote, it really transforms our understanding of her, I think. It paints her not just as this, glamorous icon frozen in time, but as a woman of discernment. Someone who clearly prized sincerity and understood the incredibly rare value of a person willing to tell her the truth, no matter how difficult it might be.
It makes her more human.
Absolutely. More human, more grounded, and in a strange way, maybe more enduring as a figure, because it speaks to that universal human need we all have for genuine connection, for reality.
Wow. Okay, so this deep dive has really shown us that, according to this wisdom, true friendship isn't about constant comfort zones. It's about courageous honesty. It's about knowing someone cares enough to tell you what you need to hear, not just always what you want to hear.
And if we just zoom out a little bit at the end here, the quote isn't only about friendship, is it? It feels bigger. It's about the courage to live in truth yourself, maybe.
Ah, interesting.
And to courageously welcome that truth when it comes from others. It sort of challenges us to look inward too, right? Are we honest enough with ourselves about what we truly need to hear versus what we maybe just want to believe?
That's a powerful thought.
That's what makes it truly wise, I think. It extends beyond just how we interact with friends into a kind of profound principle of personal integrity. And it makes Marilyn Monroe, in moments like expressing this, seem far more than just the sum of her legend.
So a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over.
Yeah, maybe ask yourself, how comfortable are you really welcoming potentially uncomfortable truths into your own life, into your relationships?
And the flip side.
And the flip side,
Yeah.
How brave are you in offering those truths to others when you genuinely believe it comes from a place of real care?
It's a powerful challenge, definitely. Something to think about for navigating a more authentic life.